Hi everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Pounds and Inches. This is Ryan. I'm Bethany, and today we're going to be talking to you about fly and dig. But before we do, we just like to give you updates of what's happening with us and how we're trying to improve our health. And I mentioned last episode that we started Whole30 again. And I have to say that this time it is going so much better than the first time I did it. There was the typical withdrawals and things that would happen. But I think with just eating just slightly better over the past 5-6 months, it hasn't affected me negatively at all. That my body was just ready for this, I guess.
Kind of eased into it.
Yeah.
I have not been quite as perfect with it as you, but that's being said, I have been scared of the scale coming back from Gen Con, and I finally hopped on the scale, and I lost 5 pounds. So it's still up from the close of my last weight loss challenge, but I've been trending in the right direction.
Yep.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about a couple of the games from the Pec-O Games line, Fly and Dig. We picked this up from Gen Con, and we're having a lot of fun with them. So if you haven't heard of the Pec-O Games line, it's basically games that are literally you can hold in a box that's the size of a pack of gum. There's just a handful of cards that are tall and narrow, the size of these boxes, and they are extremely clever in how you can, all the different things they've done with them. You could a pick up deliver mechanic, or a dexterity mechanic, or a puzzle mechanic, or a hidden roll thing. I mean, just the amount of things they were able to do in these size of boxes and these few cards has been pretty neat.
But we'll have Ryan show you how Fly and Dig play right now.
All right, let's see how it looks.
So in the game Fly, what you've basically done is you've made a picnic cloth. And on that picnic cloth, you've attracted a whole bunch of flies. So it's kind of a set collection thing. That's how you score your points. You are trying to catch these flies. They're in various colors and various shapes. And you need to get at least 3 of a color or 3 of a shape before you can score. And then once you do, you get 1 point per color or shape that you've collected. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, you can't just, use a fly swatter from down on the ground. You need to do it from up above. And that's where this really clever little cloud card comes in, along with the box itself. You need to drop the fly swatter from above the clouds, trying to drop them on these bugs, and if you've completely covered one up like I did there, we could score that card. You remove the card that was scored, you slide everything over, and then slide everything up from the bottom row. You basically keep on doing that until there are only 2 cards remaining, and those are 2 blank cards that have nothing on them at all. At the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins. In the game Dig, we take on the role of dogs who are digging for bones. So on your turn, you have 3 actions. You can either move, you can dig for a bone, or you can drop off a bone at a dog dish. So basically, the more bones you are carrying, the less you can move. So over here on this doghouse, this is going to be how much movement you have. You get 4 movement unless you're holding a bone, then it's 3 movement, and then for every bone you're holding, it's down to, you lose a movement. And you can only hold up to a maximum of 3 bones at a time. So for instance, this dog, on their turn, they might dig this one up right here. Because we are dogs, we can smell, this is going to be either purple or a yellow bone. In this case, it's a purple bone. So we would hold that into our hand secretly, and we might move around, we might do some other stuff. But what's going to happen at the end of the turn is this empty spot is going to be refilled from a card over here. So we're kind of always bringing things back to the doghouse. As far as scoring goes, the dog bowls that are closest to the doghouse, are going to be worth 5 points. The next one over will be worth 4 points per bone, 3 points per bone, on down to 1. But the interesting is, right now, the purple dog dish is currently the farthest away. But let's say I draw this one, I add this to my hand, I'm going to move away, do the other actions on my turn. At the end of the turn, this one is going to come over here and fill that spot in. It's now currently with a 4.1 after the red, which is the 5.1. Basically, you have the chance to manipulate the board a little bit, kind of whatever bones you have the most color of, kind of try to rearrange them in such a way that they are worth more points than they were previously by digging strategically and getting things in the way that you want them. At the end of the game, you multiply your colored bones times
the point value they are worth based off of the location of their dog dish that matches that color. Whoever has the most points wins.
So I think the thing that stands out the most in these two games is the simple ingenuity of it. When you put limitations on yourself, you actually get to explore things deeper, and I think they did that with this system, with these small pet games. Fly was just so much fun. I honestly was not expecting to enjoy myself that much because I just didn't know what to expect with it. I love how they used the box as part of the game as well, using everything at your disposal in order to create this game. Our daughter really liked it. It was just, it had a lot of game for it being this big. Like, don't let this deceive you. And then Dig was fun on how you could manipulate the board to try and make the bowls get closer to you, and how there's game there. There was like an actual game there, and I was very impressed with it. I love the size of it. I love the concept of this. I could, and I will, don't be upset, but I think I might just keep these in my purse and pull them out whenever I'm at things. I think that's like the idea of something like this.
Well, when do I get to play them?
You can get other ones. So then,
That's fair.
but for real, I think I might make my book club play these ones because you can just keep them with you, and at least for Fly, it honestly doesn't even take up that much space. It's just,
Yeah.
I was really impressed. They're quick. At least these two, they're quick, they're fast, and it didn't take up a lot of space, and it's not going to take up a lot of space in my purse either.
And on the side of the box, there are these kind of dice pips, 1, 2, or 3, which means either casual, intermediate, or challenging. So these were both level 1 kind of casual games. Great for, our 6-year-old was able to pick up on them easily. In fact, so easily that after I taught her how to play, she wanted to teach Bethany.
Yeah.
So she was able to teach them beginning to end all the rules, didn't miss anything. And just from a parenting standpoint, that was a big win for me. I felt like we're heading in the right direction. But also, they go up to 2 and 3 levels. And I have played another game that's a 3, one of the challenging games called Box. That was just an absolute blast, and it was really brain-burny. And it was just cool to get that much of a thinkiness out of a small box. So don't let the easiness of those sway you if you're into a deeper game. There are even more challenging games.
So we got these at Gen Con, and Ryan played with somebody that was in our group, and immediately after he played, was it Fly?
I think it was Fly, yep.
Yeah, immediately after he played Fly with her, she went back to the booth and bought the whole set.
Well, not the whole set, but yeah, there's 8.
Yeah,
you buy a little pack of 8 you could buy that came with a cool carrying case.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's more than 8 in the line, but it's cool how infectious they are, and you play one, you want more, and that's kind of where we're at too. So definitely, if you get a chance, check out the Pecco games, specifically Fly and Dig. We could recommend, especially if you have someone who is younger or wants a quick, fast game. All right, so as always, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can go to our blog at boardgamegeek.com. It's called Pounds and Inches. We're also on Facebook, Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. We're on Twitter, at Ryan and Bethany1. And lastly, we're on Instagram, at BNFigs, is Bethany's handle there. She's always posting cool photos of board games. So on all those platforms, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because we love hearing from you guys.
All right, well, this is Ryan. I'm Bethany, encouraging you to play games, live healthy, and create moments. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.